Welcome back. I'm Maureen Taylor, the photo detective and essential photo organizing. Old photos, real solutions. So you've asked and I've answered. Here are the most popular preservation questions. Let's get started. On my website, maureentaylor.com, I have a little button that says Ask Maureen. And so the questions in this video were asked by people who clicked that button and by individuals who answered my survey about the number one preservation concern. You guessed it. The number one concern is I have too many pictures and not enough time, with a help added to the end of most of the emails that come in with this question. So what are you going to do? So contemporary organizing advice suggests that you should do it all at once. Deal with all of your pictures in one sitting. Don't put it off. Spend some time and tackle it. Well, the problem with that is we all have just limited amounts of time, little tiny little bits and of hours in which to work on things. So my technique is that I set aside a block of time, maybe once a week or a couple of times a month, whatever works with your schedule. And in that time, I work on photographs or I work on some other task that I'm working on that's going to take a long time. And I break it down into smaller steps. At the end, it doesn't matter if I've done it all at once or if I've broken it down into small steps, because the end result is the same. You're going to organize those family photographs. You're going to have them scanned. You're going to have a way of retrieving them. You're going to have a way of sharing them with family, and you will accomplish something, whether you set aside 15 minutes every week or a half an hour every 2 weeks. It's going to take a lot of time. Just take a deep breath and jump in. The second most common question is, how do I label my pictures? So there are no, I have an idea of what a perfect label is. But in most of our cases, a perfect label is just that, perfection not to be met. It would be great to have a full name for everyone and a place where the picture was taken and a specific date on which it was taken and an occasion. If it's a dress up, people are all dressed up. But it's hard to come up with that information. It takes some time, but in the meantime, you want to know how to label your pictures so that you can file them. Perhaps you want to put a little number in the upper right hand corner, or you want to back them with a piece of acid and lignin free cardstock and put them in a polyester sleeve. So here's what you need to know about labeling the right kinds of, with the right tools. If you have paper-based photographs, and that means a cardstock photograph, there are appropriate soft lead pencils that you can use. Now, you can buy these at an art supply store. It's either a 6B very soft lead or a graphite pencil. Graphite is what I used to use as a curator. I still use them. The only thing is they're a little thicker and you need a special pencil sharpener for them. And you can buy these at art supply stores and even some stores that specialize in arts and crafts. If, however, you have a paper print that has a resin coat to it, or an old Polaroid or something like that, something that has a plastic coating, you are not going to be able to write on the back of those with those soft lead pencils. So you need to go to your art supply store or go online and search for pens that are labeled bleed proof, fade proof, quick drying, and basically safe for marking those resin coated pictures. And you don't write all over the back. You just put a little number in the upper right hand corner or in the upper left hand corner, just small enough so you can see it. Better yet, put a piece of acid and lignin free cardstock behind them and slip them into a polyester sleeve. You guessed it. The third most popular question is, what's the best resolution for scanning pictures? And the answer to that is, well, are you trying to do preservation quality scanning, or do you just want to scan them so you can put them up online? That's two totally separate approaches. So let's just review the two things I told you from the first video. We talked about scanning resolution in the last video, so let's just review. So the minimum preservation quality resolution is 600 dpi as a TIFF file, TIFF, not a JPEG, which is an uncompressed format. Bear in mind the Library of Congress standard has now been changed to 1800 dpi as a minimum. To go along with what scanning resolution should I use is, what type of scanner should I buy? There are many, many scanners out there, and let's just review the scanners that are out there and what you can and cannot use them for. Here are 4 of the most popular scanners. So there are those all-in-one machines where you can scan, print, fax. You know, you've seen them in all of the office supply stores. Sometimes they're great little scanners. I prefer to use a standalone scanner, and here's why. So with my standalone scanner, I can scan negatives, I can scan slides, I can scan cased images, those shiny daguerreotypes or ambrotypes. I can't do that on my all-in-one machine. The same is true for a portable scanner. The portable scanners struggle with the cased images and sometimes even the tin types that can be a little bit dark. I have not tried many of the phone and tablet apps yet, but there are many of them out there. They keep popping up into my feed on Facebook and in my inbox. I get, requests to try them. They look pretty cool. And one of them out there now allows you to scan an album page, but I really want to play with it a little bit more and see what it's capable of. The best investment that you can make is to buy a standalone scanner. I actually have 2. They're both small enough to fit in a small suitcase so that I can carry it around with me, and they scan just about everything I would ever want to scan. The last question in this set of 5 most commonly asked questions is, where should I store my photographs? The easy answer to that is someplace in your house that has somewhat stable temperature and humidity. So that would mean not an attic, not a basement, not a garage. Do you have a closet that you could store your photographs in? A closet that doesn't have an exterior wall, that doesn't have a water pipe built into the wall, or share a wall with a fireplace, someplace like that. So a closet gives you some buffer between the exterior fluctuations of temperature and humidity in a room and then the interior of the closet. So try to find a really good closet in your house that you might be able to turn over a little bit of it to photo storage. That wraps up the second video in the series. The third video is tools and technology that you need to organize and preserve your family photographs.